Right. Yeah, so thank you for coming along. And this is the first presentation I've done for a while, actually. Let's get back there. So today I wanted to talk about the marketing funnel, which is a really, really integral part of marketing, because in some ways, talking about social media, SEO, websites, it which is that is the detail, but the funnel really is what is integral to that particular area. So it's like the tracks of a train, the marketing funnel. If you do marketing online or on social media and it's not really following the principles of the marketing funnel, then the results can be a bit haphazard and you won't really get the best results out of what you do. And I find it's a bit of a missing step with people as well, the marketing funnel. I think if you understand it, you'll understand your marketing a bit better, and also you'll know what to do as well, what's going to be the thing to do in a particular situation. Because as you see here, there's three basic steps of the sales funnel. So at the top you have awareness, which is self-explanatory. You've got to be aware of something before you buy it or you become involved with it. Well, an example could be in a relationship. Your spouse, or you had to become aware of your spouse before you actually married them or became a partner. And then you have consideration, which is the middle of the funnel, which is where you'll consider something. You're thinking that this might be a solution to my problem, or this is something that's going to be beneficial. You start to really think that this could make a difference. And then decision, where you actually go from just thinking about something to actually taking action and doing something. So in a relationship, it could be obviously asking someone out, will you marry me? Or if it's a product, please buy the product, for example. Or another example could be in politics. Decision could be like vote for me. I mean, politicians use this funnel all the time to get people's votes. The vote is a kind of a purchase. So one thing to kind of understand also with a sales funnel is the difference between sales and marketing, because they're two confused terms, I find, and even I have been confused by it myself, so I'm not being judgmental, but basically the main difference between marketing and sales is marketing is a way of attracting the leads to your business and getting them to where you want them to be. And then sales is all about converting those leads into buying customers, paying customers. So marketing isn't necessarily about selling something straight away. Like we come across this in networking. In networking, it's not necessarily about, we come to networking, we're selling something straight away. We're building awareness, we're getting potential leads, and then when we have one-to-ones with people, that then converts those leads possibly into sales by using offers and different techniques, or just by increasing trust in you as well. So what is a sales funnel, basically? So it's basically the customer journey. It's where the journey starts and where the journey ends, essentially. That said, it's probably infinite in some ways, because you could create more funnels once someone's purchased to purchase something else, etc., etc. So but it's basically a journey, and the sales funnel is just a good way of visualizing that journey. So yeah, so the first step, as discussed, is awareness. So it's basically, as it says here, it's the initial phase of the sales process where potential customers first become aware of a product or service. It's the point where a customer becomes a lead. So before the awareness stage, it's even just becoming aware of you is the top of the funnel. You know that you exist. So that can be done through various marketing channels. I mean, networking is a good way. Social media, email can be a good way too. SEO, content marketing, all pretty much forms of advertising. It's getting that initial awareness of you as in terms of business, like you exist basically. That you might have some value to the prospect, or they might be looking for something, for a solution to a problem, and you kind of like become onto their radar, that you might be something that can offer a solution, but it might be vague in someone's mind at this point. Also, it's worth mentioning that it does depend with businesses. It's quite different. All businesses, the funnel can be quite quick or slow depending on the business. Just want to point that out as well, because obviously when you're, for example, a plumber, the sales funnel is pretty quick. Someone looks on Google, they've got an emergency, they want a solution, they phone the plumber up and then call the plumber, because they got a problem right there and then that needs solving. Sometimes the problem can be more of a not so obvious problem that people have. They need to be made aware of it. They need to be made aware that A, that problem exists, and B, that you have a solution to that problem. So you need to create a more awareness that you have the solution. But say different businesses have different sales funnels. Some can be pretty quick and some can be pretty slow. And obviously the more expensive your product, sometimes the more important the funnel is, and the longer it sometimes takes. Right. So next part of the funnel is what's called consideration, which is basically just people considering or thinking about your product. At that point, people are starting to kind of get a bit more interested and thinking, oh, this could be what I need. Not ready to buy yet, but they kind of like thinking, oh yeah, this sounds good. He or she sounds pretty genuine. They sound pretty, like they know what they're talking about. And I've definitely got this problem that needs solving. And so it says here, middle of the funnel, consideration. So it's a second phase, obviously. So as I said, the prospective customer has shown some interest in the product or service and is actively considering it as a potential solution to their needs or problems. So I think we've all can relate to that, I guess. Maybe not really thought about. We've been in that situation, not consciously, but we can think of different scenarios where we've become more aware of a product or service, or it could be political party, or it could be even a relationship where it follows this particular path. And then you got the decision. And obviously, a lot of the times where you're asking someone for a decision about something, it could be the fact that they haven't really gone through the first two steps of the funnel, and they can't really make a decision. And then you might discount that person at that point and go, oh, he's not interested. It might be just they haven't gone through the awareness and consideration stage first. Or if they're not ready, just send them back into the funnel again. But don't write them off though. Don't write them off, because the thing about leads is that they can seem to be sometimes a waste of time, some leads, but I think every lead does have potential. They did show interest. So it's, if you work on them a bit more with the sales funnel, then you're more likely to get more out of them. So bottom of the funnel, decision. So that's the decision stage. That's the pay up. It's where you put some money on the table, make some commitment of some sort, and they trust you at that point. They become a lot more receptive to what you're talking about, again, by using various methods, which I'll go on explain later. Decision. Yes, this is worth. I want to mention this in passing about attention spans, and probably a reason why the sales funnel is probably more relevant than ever is, according to research in America, the average attention span of a person in 2000 was 12.5 seconds. The average attention span, I should have put, sorry, you should say 2015. So the average attention span in 2015 is 8 seconds. So it's reduced by 4.5 seconds, probably by obviously the various media which has grown up since then. So a goldfish has an attention span of 9 seconds. So now a person's attention span is less than a goldfish. So you're going to have to obviously work hard on getting attention to get those people to kind of consider you by whatever means necessary. I mean, in the old days, it used to be like knocking, if you go to a market, people go, they'd shout, like, hey, mate, buy my stuff, buy these flowers, buy these flowers, it's getting late in the day, buy these cakes, for example, knocking on doors, things like that in the old days. And now it's using social media, it's getting a clear message across. It's being a bit of a squeaky wheel as well, maybe disrupting slightly as well people's attention without being annoying, of course. Now, also, something else to keep in mind with in the sales funnel is that number of touch points needed before a sale is made. I mean, a study by the Digital Marketing Institute says it was 8 touch points to make a sale. I think it's more than that, to be honest, on average. So, if one touch point rarely makes a sale, you have to basically just keep repeating the message in various ways to get to the point where you can actually make a sale. And obviously the sales funnel can be used as a way of for different touch points. So whether it's by creating content or creating a video or a webinar, one-to-ones, etc. It's just a way of getting people to pay attention. If people's attention span is so small, so tiny now, you're just going to have to just repeat the message, but also make it more resonate more as well. So tools for the top of the sales funnel. So tools you can use to get people aware of your business. And this is not exhaustive by any means, but you've got search engine optimization. Obviously, if you're near the top of the results of Google, you're going to be in people's minds, and people are going to be more aware of you. Social media, that's a obvious one. That's quite a hot one at the moment. if you're on social media, if people are, this is where people are these days. I don't know anyone who reads a newspaper anymore, to be honest. No. Yeah, I don't know anyone. I haven't read one for ages. I don't like the ink on my fingers that comes off. Not very nice. Good for it used to be good for chips, fish and chips. Pay-per-click advertising, which is paid ads. So therefore, that's quite useful if you haven't got your website, might take a long time for it to become optimized for the search results. So it's a way of skipping the middle bit and just getting to the top of Google's search engine. Also, it can include Facebook ads as well. So people are on Facebook and Instagram. People say that Facebook and Instagram run its way out, but it's still got shed loads of users. So I wouldn't necessarily believe that yet. Another method, actually, an interesting one, is called influencer marketing, where you can ask someone who's got a large following on social media to give you a mention. And that actually doesn't have to be expensive. Some people, you offer them money for, offer them some money and they'll mention you or give you an endorsement. And it sometimes works out cheaper than using paid ads. And also sometimes it comes across as more genuine as well, because it's they're promoting it seems like anyway, they're promoting something because they genuinely want to promote it. I mean, that might be the case. They might also like your products as well. So that's one way, or another way of getting attention. For consideration, so people who are a bit more interested, a bit more kind of getting towards taking action. So you've got retargeting and remarketing ads. If you're not familiar with these are ads like when you go to a website but you don't purchase, you get followed around by an ad asking you to go back to the website, or giving you a discount code or something like that. Because it's easy when you think about people's behavior, even like my own behavior. I know that I sometimes go on a website and then get distracted and come off it, and sometimes I need to be guided to go back onto the website to finish off what I was doing. And businesses who do that, I mean, Amazon are brilliant at these sort of things. If you want to learn some good techniques for sales online, follow Amazon, what they do. I mean, they're the kings of remarketing and retargeting. Lead magnets. These are free things you can give away, which give give your potential customers some value, so they can. The good thing about it does increase trust in your business, because it shows what you're talking about, and also you can collect their email address, phone number, and you can then put them on your email list, and then continue to market to them to get them to the buying stage. Webinars, which I've never done myself. This is probably the closest thing I've done to it. Is basically, again, educational, giving people content. Also, it could be a live event. I think Claire's talks about doing talks at local club cafes and libraries and things like that. That would also be part of this. It doesn't have to be online. It could be a live thing. Also, case studies and testimonials. This is really, really important in ads on social media, to get those testimonials out there. I mean, I think the problem is, being British, it's kind of, we don't feel like we should blow our own trumpet, but we have to get over that, I think, go forward into the future, because it's going to be really important. It can set you apart from other businesses too. And don't worry about it. I think reviews do have a bad reputation, but I think it's still better to have reviews than not have reviews. When I say bad reputation, I mean that sometimes you get mates giving reviews which aren't genuine, but people still, if they see those 5 stars, they will feel more comfortable and more likely to convert. And it's happened loads of times where people have used me from testimonials that they've seen. It's very, very powerful to do. So so on your website, as soon as you can, get the case studies and testimonials on there, if not on there already, because it's vital. So tools for the bottom of the funnel. So again, the retargeting and remarketing can be used. You can send people discount codes. Someone went to a website and thought, well, I might buy this widget. They get sent an ad, says 10% off or 20% off. You go, oh, okay, I'll buy it then if it's 20% off. Then they become a customer. So discounts and promotions to force people over, get people over the line. And case studies and testimonials as well. So again, this can make, if you show people the successes that people have had with your product, that in a one-to-one, when you're selling something, that can really make a difference when people, to make people part with their money and purchase a service. I mean, discounts and promotions, you don't have to do them. It can be the testimonials will do it. Obviously, with discounts and promotions as well, got to be careful you don't kind of undersell yourself. And it also depends on the type of business that you're in as well. Sometimes it doesn't quite fit with the discounts and promotions, but certainly case studies and testimonials, that works for any business. Okay, that's I've covered that so far. There's probably loads I could probably talk about, but it's probably a bit too much for Tuesday morning at this time. But if anyone's got any questions, let me know, or we can answer them elsewhere.
Thanks very much, Mike. That was very well, went through an awful lot there, to be perfectly honest.
Yes.
And makes us realise the importance of not just doing individual actions, but keeping it within part of a whole structure, and seeing, having a process for going everything from generating a lead and taking it through to making the sale, and keeping that a control on that process. Anyone got anything to add to that at all? Or everyone's probably thinking, crikey, there's so much I need to do.
I'd like someone to do like a membership for marketing. Instead of having to pay like £700 to learn how to do